The future of sports diplomacy is at a critical crossroads, as UEFA is poised to make a controversial decision regarding the participation of Israeli teams amid the ongoing conflict in Gaza. According to sources close to the situation who requested anonymity due to the delicate nature of the topic, the Union of European Football Associations, popularly known as UEFA, is preparing to hold a vote that could lead to the suspension of the Israeli Football Federation. This proposed suspension would effectively bar Israeli national and club teams from engaging in international competitions, including the upcoming World Cup set to take place next year, which has sparked considerable concern among fans and players alike. As it stands, Israel's men's national team is gearing up to continue its World Cup qualifier campaign in just 2 weeks, with away matches scheduled against Norway and Italy. What complicates matters further is the uncertain stance of FIFA, the global governing body of football, on this issue. FIFA's head, Gianni Infantino, is known to have close ties to former President Donald Trump, who has expressed strong support for Israel. The Trump administration's assistance is viewed as crucial for facilitating the World Cup, which will also involve a high volume of foreign attendees. A spokesperson from the US State Department has stated their intention to actively oppose any moves aimed at excluding Israel from the World Cup, underlining the high stakes involved in this situation. Next week, FIFA's ruling council is scheduled to convene in Zurich, comprising 37 members, 8 of whom represent UEFA. This upcoming meeting could be pivotal. FIFA has chosen to refrain from public commentary on the matter. Infantino is currently situated at FIFA's satellite office located in Trump Tower, where he is participating in various events coinciding with the United Nations General Assembly. Calls for Israel's removal from both soccer and other sporting events have intensified recently, driven by public outrage regarding the humanitarian impact of its military actions in Gaza. Just last week, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez advocated for a ban on Israel similar to the one imposed on Russia following its invasion of Ukraine in 2022. UEFA and its president, Alexander Cheferin, have recently indicated a more resolute stance regarding Israel. Displayed during the Super Cup match between Paris Saint-Germain and Tottenham in Udine, Italy, were poignant banners reading "Stop killing children" and "Stop killing civilians." Debates around Israel's eligibility to compete in sports come at a time when the country's military operations are facing increasing scrutiny and condemnation. This military campaign was initiated in response to a Hamas-led attack on October 7th, 2023. An event that has dramatically escalated tensions and conflict in the region. An inquiry commission appointed by the United Nations Human Rights Council recently leveled accusations of genocide against Israel concerning its actions in Gaza. Regarding the 2026 World Cup, various nations are currently in the process of qualifying, and the situation remains fluid as dynamics evolve. Meanwhile, the Israeli Sports and Culture Minister, Miki Zohar, along with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Moshe Zuarez, the head of Israel's Soccer Federation, are reportedly engaging in intensive behind-the-scenes efforts to prevent Israel's expulsion from UEFA. Zohar's office has emphasized that thoughtful and responsible action is paramount at this juncture and that overt public statements should be avoided. The decision in 2022 to ban Russia was partially driven by a coalition of UEFA member federations who collectively refused to play matches against Russian teams. At this point, no national or club team in Europe has chosen to boycott games against Israeli opponents. However, soccer leaders in Norway and Italy have voiced their discomfort regarding the situation. Notably, the Norwegian Soccer Federation has pledged to allocate profits from ticket sales for its scheduled match against Israel to aid humanitarian efforts in Gaza, further amplifying the moral complexities involved. Both Gabriele Gravina of Italy and Lise Klavenes from Norway stand as elected members of the UEFA Executive Committee, which holds the power to determine Israel's status, while Suarez is also a member of this influential panel. Adding another layer of diplomatic tension, Israel's military actions have reportedly aggravated Qatar, a key US ally and mediator in the conflict, following an airstrike aimed at Hamas leaders in Doha conducted on September 9th. During the Champions League final held in May, supporters for PSG made their voices heard by displaying a banner stating "Stop Genocide in Gaza" in French. Yet UEFA chose not to pursue disciplinary measures despite its regulations against political messaging within stadiums. On Wednesday, Israeli club Maccabi Tel Aviv faced off against PAOK in a UEFA-organised Europa League match, amidst protests advocating pro-Palestinian sentiments outside the stadium in Thessaloniki, along with a visible "Stop Genocide" banner displayed within. As this situation unfolds, it prompts us to consider, what should the role of sports be in times of political strife? Is excluding teams from international sporting events an effective form of protest or merely a misguided action? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Do you support the suspension of Israeli teams? Or do you believe sports should remain detached from political issues?